Well, good afternoon and welcome to the 65th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdal along with you. What a beautiful day.
65 years, Jeff. We've been traveling down Center Avenue here in beautiful Bay City. A nice, crisp March 17th, an official March 17th today. So, you know, it's the puts a little more spice into the celebration when it's on the 17th.
Well, and today being my father's 100th birthday on St. Patrick's Day, he dearly loved this day as we consider this the first rite of spring.
Yep, I saw you out there having your annual cigar in his honor, Jeff, so hard to believe that he would have been 100 years, but man, great guy, loved his parade and loved Bay City.
Well, anything and everything he could do for Bay City to give back, and you know, we're both blessed that our previous generations have given us this love of the community that we can give back.
Yep, it's ingrained in us when we were growing up, and man, it's just great to be back here, and it's a beautiful day. A little crisp coming right down Center Avenue out of the west, but everybody's having a good time, and we're ready to rock.
Boy, I'll tell you, the parade got up on us quickly this year, but we are excited about the possibilities, and you know the parade is about to start when you hear this familiar sound. And as we've said in many years, Mike, as long as you don't see and hear this in your rearview mirror, it's a beautiful thing.
I'm a happy camper right now. I'm inside and they're outside.
Yes, indeed. But, you know, we're starting off here with the Department of Safety.
Yeah, the Department of Safety Director Michael Cicchini and Coordinated Officer Nathan Webster, Jeff. There they are right there. They got the car all shined up, ready to go. They do a great job. Very, very visible in the community, and it's providing 24 hours of law enforcement, fire, and emergency medical services. That's our DPS.
You know, and it's been since 2013 since they reorganized, and I really love the fact that now with police officers having dual duties, your first responder is much quicker than it was in the past.
Yeah, they've had great success since the changeover, Jeff. And up next is Troy Cunningham, our Bay County Sheriff, devoted to keeping you safe. And there's Troy right there. How you doing, Troy?
Welcome to the parade. He is, I believe, in his second full year now at the helm, and he's doing a tremendous job. And following them is we're continuing to try and see. Looks like we might have the Conservation Department.
Yep, that's the Michigan Conservation Officer.
As they are cruising by right now, and they hold plenty of authority in the state of Michigan.
Yes, they do. They certainly do. Nick knows about those guys.
Oh, yes, on the right side of it.
On the right side of it.
And the Essexville and their group coming in the township of Hampton. So they are both very visible and prominent in the area as well. And then we have got the Color Guard right behind them. And I believe that the Colored Guard is set up of all of Bay County to represent the Color Guard. As it's always great to see people walking in step here representing our county and country.
There's a Bay City Fire Department, Jeff, the ladder truck right down the street. They're stationed at station number 1 over there on the corner of Lincoln and Center.
Right close to that high rent district.
Oh, not too far from Johnson Street. You're right.
And, you know, followed right away by the Bangor. They've got the other ladder truck as well as Hampton, so we're blessed with having 3 of them in Bay County. And, boy, I tell you, they've got these things spit shining and ready to go.
And they all work well together, Jeff. When everybody needs somebody, Bangor or Hampton or Bay City, the collaboration is just outstanding through all the departments.
And our next group coming through will be William Gutzwiller. He's the Director of the primary mission of that Department of Public Safety. Falls into 3 areas of responsibility: police, fire, and emergency medical response. They're ready 24/7, 365 to take care of you.
Yep, monitor, that's Essexville, Jeff. Yeah, we have the great plethora of first responders coming down here. This is, again, Monitor Fire Department. John Kramer, who I know very well. John does a great job out in Monitor Township. Deal with him a lot on the safety aspect when we're dealing with a couple of the career ISD buildings, especially the Career Center.
Well, and he's had a great career in Bay County as he was a longtime sheriff, and so he's been very well involved. And there's the new rig along with the old rig from Monitor Firemen.
They do make a lot of noise, though, don't they?
You got to love it. It's absolutely fun. Now, kind of a new trendy color coming here in fire safety. I believe this is Frankenlust.
Yeah, Frankenlust. Currently started with 18 firefighters, and the staff is trained as medical first responders, with several having additional EMT certifications and paramedics, Jeff. So lots of things going on right there with Frankenlust.
And here's the ladder truck from Essexville and Hampton area, old A8. And this thing is a few years old, but very well taken care of. And fortunately, it doesn't have to get utilized a whole lot.
No. There's their mascot on the back.
So he's taking it easy this year. He's going to ride along.
He was walking last year, if I remember correctly.
And now we've got McLaren Bay Region. After merging 4 hospitals during the 1970s and early 80s, McLaren Bay Regional has developed a full continuum of health services for Northeast Michigan with acute care at Regional Bay Medical Center and the West Campus at Bay Special Care as well.
Here comes the Marine Corps League, Jeff. John C. Rock, department number 902. They're coming over from Saginaw to help out today in the Bay. And there's the Bay City Marine Corps League.
So they're in conjunction with each other. It's great to have the folks.
Man, look at the size of that
Saginaw
dog
here.
Holy smoke.
Well, we saw him earlier, and if you zoom in on it, all those Vietnam veteran patches and stuff from the master are on that big dog as well.
Those Great Danes are wonderful dogs.
And it looks like we have got a group then from the, I'm going to say,
veterans?
Yep, might be part of the Ada Lutz group. I'm not exactly sure yet which, as we don't have anything on the side of the vehicle, but safe to say we've got some Vietnam vets and some World War II vets and some great people there that helped keep our country safe. As side by side right now, what we've got is the Ada Lutz Veteran Transport as they're coming through right now, and they really do a great service for our veterans, getting them back and forth to the Ada Lutz Center in Saginaw for all their appointments and follow-up care.
Veterans Mobile Van and Saginaw Veterans Hospital and Bay County Veterans Council, Jeff. So, you know, vital piece of equipment to help our vets get to where they need to go, to their doctor's appointments, anywhere they want to go. Oh, boy. Oh, you know what's coming up now. Put your earplugs in.
We'll see it, and then we'll hear it, and then we'll do it. There they are. It is the 40 and 8 train, an honor that was the society created in 1920. The World War I soldiers were transported to the front in narrow boxcars called Voitures, and they used to hold 40 men and 8 lovely horses as they'd get you to the front. They didn't say how you were going to get back, but at least they got you to the front.
I'll tell you what, you know, that cannon, I'm looking out the window here in our beautiful trailer from Tri-City RV, and everybody's got their fingers in their ears.
Well, again, it's a pleasure to have you along, and welcome to the 65th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. We are elated to be in the house, and they keep asking us back, Mike, so we just keep coming back for more.
You know, Jan saw me at the ISD one day, and I said, "Hey, Jan, how you doing?" First thing she says, "Are you in?" I said, "Count us in, no doubt about it."
How about our great corporate sponsors that made this event possible?
Yeah, the proudly sponsor, the Emerald sponsor is Consumers Energy, Jeff. The Pot of Gold sponsors are somebody you might know, Real Flavors.
Oh, yeah.
And McLaren Bay Region. So, and the first division is dedicated to our Bay County Veteran of the Year, Mr. John Toussaint. So they're kind of breaking it down into divisions this year. But what a great sponsorship right there for our 65th annual.
Well, it's great this year because with Real Flavors, McLaren, and Consumers Energy jumping on board, it has allowed the parade people to actually take a breath and realize that they've got things pretty well cared for before the parade starts. as the composite squadron number 165 is here, as they are cruising through, and they are part of the squadron from Bridgeport. And again, we got a couple of them here that we're
coming up,
racing through to try and keep up with.
Live TV, and we're looking for, we've got our list, but we'll make it work, Jeff. We always do.
We always find a way. Oh, my. Look at this.
Oh, look at Wiley E. Coyote.
He is there. And again, that Cass River Composite Squadron, the Color Guard, and the Civil Air Patrol, as the Color Guard leader is Ashley Miller.
All right, so we got through that one. Again, the first division is dedicated to our Bay County Veteran of the Year, Mr. John Toussaint, Jeff. And again, what a beautiful day here in Bay City. You know, a little crisp out there, probably in the low 40s, maybe at 40, but definitely a great day, bright blue sunny sky, and everybody's having a good time.
Well, some other special thank yous. Tri-City RV stepping up again to allow us to be in shirt sleeves here on the inside, making things happen. We very much appreciate Tri-City RV. And ITC for sponsoring the Celtic Blue Thunder Pipe Band. And here he comes.
Mark Spragata.
He is the man, the myth, and the legend, a 1969 Thomas Lincoln Handy graduate.
More handy.
As he is just one of the true great men, as he is... And it said it's just an honor to be selected to the parade marshal. And it's Mark's pleasure to photograph the parade since 1969. And I'll get back to his story. I want to get to this pipe band, but Mark's got a great story that he told at the Kaylee.
This is for the Grand Traverse Bay Pipes and Drums, Jeff, founded in 1974.
We're catching him right in between songs, but when Mark Spragata got his first opportunity from Handy to come and take pictures at this parade, they said, you know, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you get the parade marshal. And he said, how will I know which one is the parade marshal? They said, he's the guy leading the parade. So Mark,
that makes sense.
Mark is just a great guy, and he's excited to be here. And, boy, we've got some royalty coming now.
Yep, Jeff, we got the Bay City St. Pat's Queen in her court. Queen is Tegan Ferguson. First runner-up, Kendall Perdue. Second runner-up, Grace Sales. Third runner-up, Anna Kanzorski. And that's a new position this year in 2009. Princess is Avery Arthur. First runner-up is Alexa Malusi. And second runner-up is Keegan Rugsager. So looks like they're having fun.
And they are also glad that they're near the end of this parade because they have got a little chilly. You know, they've been down there for a couple hours waiting for this thing to start. And the pageant committee members are made up of Liberty Starkweather-Smith, Michelle Hill, Katie Jenkins, and Sarah Westlock, as they do a great job of making sure that pageant works. And, oh, boy, here comes the mayor and the city commission who are making it happen, and they are looking like they're having some fun.
Well, the city commission with Mayor Newsham coming up, Jeff, and they're always having Mr. Davison right there, city commissioner. Mr. Jesse Dockett, second ward, David Tarasi, Andrew Nijinsky, Brett Brunner, Rayleigh Hilliker, John Davison, Kara Spazmajian, and Ed Clements, and Cordial Morris. There's Scott Whitbrodt from Essexville, mayor of Essexville.
Yep, Tim Weiler and Scott Whitbrodt, Jennifer Grodowski, Adam Jr. D. Hughes, Dennis Rondow, John Kustik, and Russ Tanner, some of the great people that make Essexville a great place to live.
Known Scott a long time. Actually worked for his dad back in Bay City Public Schools.
Well, that's a day. Miss Bay County, Abby Zenzen. She'll be representing us this June at the Miss Michigan Outstanding Team Pageant to be held in Muskegon.
Coming up right now, Jeff, is Kevin Daly. He is a representative from for Bay, Lapeer, and Tuscola counties.
As he has done a great job. He's fifth-generation Lapeer County farmer, so he's got a long history of knowing the needs of the farmer in the state of Michigan.
He's been around a while, Jeff, and does a great job. And well represented with that big old John Deere.
That's a heated and air-conditioned cab. There's a couple of dollars invested in that machine.
That's the old John Deere 8320.
Well, of course. You are just amazing the way you rattle that stuff off.
You know me and my farming expertise.
Now we've got Congressman Dan Kildee. He's born and raised in Flint, and he's a lifelong Michigan resident who has a consistent record of results for working for the middle-class families. And it's great to have him every year. And we've got also Brian Elder is walking with that group. And right behind him is the man, the myth, and the legend, Jim Barsha.
Oh, yeah.
As it is just a pleasure to have him running the county for the last couple of years. Great consistency over the last 30 years in our county executive. And he has just made for a smooth transition. We can't say enough great things about Jim.
Yeah, he's done a great job, Jeff. And also there's the Bay County Democratic Party. And just having a good time walking down Center Avenue on a beautiful day in Bay City.
Well, the Democratic Party is very, very involved in local business operations and all the other things that go on in Bay City. The Democratic Party wish all the most happiest of St. Patrick's Day to one and all. And here's our TV5 group.
Yeah.
As they've been talking all morning on their morning wake-up show that they were going to be here in the parade, and we're glad to have them part of this year's event as well.
It looked like the whole crew was here, and again, there's their vehicles and gets them around to all the hot spots where news is happening.
Now we've got Leuna Local 1098. They are a major sponsor of the Rock and the River concerts this year, coming the second week of July. And their members work in the construction industry and earn family-supporting pay with great benefits and the opportunity for advancement. So very pleased to have that great organization here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
Nice of them to jump on board for a lot of good things happening in Bay City this summer, Jeff. So we talked about it a few weeks on the telethon. We'll talk about it some more today, but this is going to be a happening place in Bay City this summer.
It says Leuna, feel the power. Let's look at the rig that they're bringing here.
That's a big one.
And, you know, there might be a few people inside, too, enjoying the day from the indoors, too. We can't see inside. Maybe that's the way they'd like it to be.
They got those windows all blacked up. That's okay. But it looks like they're having a nice of them to jump on for the Rockin' of the River, too.
As we're back right now, and we'd like to thank Bay County TV and their crew for live streaming and broadcasting our parade to our community. As the association board right there, those people do a tremendous job of making things happen. Look at the man in the middle there.
There's
the thorn surrounded by roses.
He just took the words. I was going to say the same thing.
Tom Newsham and a great group of people surrounding him that make this parade. Of course, long time we've been associated with Jan Rao.
Yep, Jan's done a fantastic job. I think she's been doing this forever, it seems like, but really a dedicated group of people right there, Jeff, and as soon as this one's over, take a few days off, and they'll start planning for next year.
Indeed, and also a thank you goes out to the city officials for their fine police department. Lieutenant Nathaniel Webster is the coordinator of that, for keeping us safe and keeping things rolling here during the parade.
Yeah, a lot of good presence down here, Jeff. We saw them earlier when we were outside standing. And here's our friends. We know these guys very well, our friends from local IBEW. By 1942, the membership increased from 29 to 117, and the wage rate back then, Jeff, was $1 to $1.50 an hour. So,
wow.
Yeah, this is a very visible group of electrical workers here in Bay County and around the state.
Right on the one-way coming in and out of town, and they're very prominently displayed there just on the outside of Euclid Avenue.
Now, Local 692 has continued to grow membership, even with retirements. Memberships reached over 400 in 1998 and reached an all-time high of 500 in the year 2000. So, great group of guys, Jeff.
Well, they call it the Brotherhood for a reason, because they are there and they have great support for each other, and they make sure people are making a fair wage and a fair earning.
Highly involved over in the Career Center and the trades over there with the kids, so we appreciate everything they do.
All right, next is Consumers Energy. And they are one of the huge sponsors that make this happen. And Jeff Mays, our old friend, another Thomas Lincoln Handy graduate.
Him today. He was in the parade.
As he does a great job, and we're looking at all the people that are walking the parade today. I'm looking right now to see. I know Pam Schweitzer is going to be in the parade. I hear Tucker Schneider was supposed to be part of this too. So we're going to keep our eye peeled and see if we can find them cruising along as this parade goes on. And you look behind the walkers, and I'll tell you what, there is a big machine coming.
They were busy. They serve about natural gas service to about 6.7 of the 10 million residents here in Michigan, Jeff. Friends and neighbors, they work very hard. They were very busy this winter, and we're always glad when things aren't going our way due to weather. They're out there doing everything they can to get us back online.
It is just a great day to be in a parade, and you can tell people are just elated to be outside today and just watching that sunshine and enjoying life.
It was a lot of vitamin D out there today with the sunshine, Jeff. And we had a pretty tough winter. We talked about it at the telethon, but you know what? You're right. First rite of spring, and 2-3 days from now, guess what? The 20th of March, first day of spring.
It is just around the bend.
Yeah, it can't come soon enough. That's for sure. Another consumer energy vehicle.
And we are so appreciative, again, of their great corporate sponsorship of this event.
Yeah.
As they help to make things happen. And also want to thank the County of Bay for assisting in traffic control and safety by placing the directional signals where they're needed. It takes a lot of people to make this great parade to go.
Yep, it sure does. It's a great collaboration. And there we go. There's St. Patrick's Day Parade. Marshall in the court right there. Another great. Look at Nick. He is on his A game again today.
Look at Dr. Spragata there, surrounded by all that beauty. He's in his element.
Another thorn surrounded by a bunch of roses.
What a bunch of great people right there. And that pageant is a real cool thing, too, and teaches you how much great talent we have in the Tri-City area.
It's very impressive, Jeff. How about this? Our good friends from another sponsor, Bay McLaren, Bay Region.
They're located in Bay City, a 399 acute care facility bed hospital with primary and preventative services, including cardiovascular, neuroscience, orthopedic oncology, women's health, rehabilitation, home health, and hospice care, with both EMS and paramedic units perusing the Tri-Cities.
Yeah, very visible out there, Jeff. Another beautiful ambulance, and another staple of the community is McLaren Bay Region.
And, you look back when they did that 4-hospital merge back in the 70s and early 80s, they really turned this into a mega center here over at the old Bay City General Hospital.
It's a nice job. Coming up next, Michigan Bean Queen. Victoria Gettner is the queen. Holly Gray is runner-up. The Bean Festival is 72 years old and is celebrated on Labor Day weekend. Festival helps promote the dry bean industry while supporting local farmers.
And they have been around for a long time, and I can see what's coming up now. Louie Loon and the Rally Camel from the Great Lakes Loons, and their season is just around the corner, and just a year removed from winning the championship at really one of the great gems here in the Tri-Cities. They've got a beautiful facility to play baseball, and we get an opportunity to do some high school games from there.
It's a great place to watch a game, Jeff. And you know what? The Loons, we call them for the telethon or anything, and they say, what do you want? What can we do to help? And there he is right there, the one and only Louie Loon.
High energy, I guess, are the only 2 words that you could use for that guy. I'll tell you, he's got to be on a lot of vitamin B complex because he is poetry in motion. Now the John Glenn High School Marching Band with Doug Lull, the band director. We're going to hear them play. And this band is really making a resurgence, too. Their numbers were really down, and they're starting to get that back. And just played, we caught the end of their fight song as they were coming down the street. And the first of many marching bands in the parade.
And we'll see a lot of the trailers that they use to go to competition, Jeff. And you and I are very fortunate that we get to see all the marching bands of all the high schools in Bay County on a weekly basis. We've seen them all, and every year we're just impressed of what they do and how much better they get.
And again, that's a very valuable piece of equipment to get them to and from all those concerts and special things that they do. And we love our marching bands here during the fall when we do the football games. That is a great, great part. And it looks like we have got the court from John Glenn here. As we did not get names on all of them, but they're just enjoying a great day as well. Now we've got...
You know all about this.
We have got the Rockin' the River entry here from Real Flavors sponsor, the big corporate sponsor of the event this year. And looking inside, Joe Westspicer and Mike Beagle. That's the Beagle Craft, the number 99. That's been on the river for many, many years. Concerts with Kansas and Uncle Cracker as well. This is just going to be another of the great 3-weekend stretch in a row in Bay City.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, Jeff. And I was talking to your daughter, Natalie, about it. She was fired up that the Team Beagle was coming in and doing their thing for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. But we are looking forward to such a great summer. And really, the St. Patrick's Day Parade starts the kickoff, all the festivities. We just got a great lineup going on in Bay City this year with the Rockin' on the River, the tall ships coming back. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and when you look at that Rockin' the River, the Tim Siebold with NGK Sports, and Tim Siebold, if you've been around racing for a while, their family's part of over 7 decades of it. They have incorporated CBS Sports worldwide to do every one of our races.
Good.
They'll do a 30-minute show on every race that goes all over the world. So our coverage of these events has just been spectacular.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun, Jeff. And if you haven't been to one of those races down there on the Saginaw River, and you always say that they love coming to Bay City because they love that river. They get the chop coming off the seawall coming back onto the course, and it's a tough river to race on.
And I've been blessed with being all over the world, and this is the best spectator sport site in all of boat racing. There is no second, and the boat drivers love coming. As we continue on right now,
Emmanuel Lutheran, Jeff. I am the light of the world is the theme of this float presented by Emmanuel Lutheran Church and School of Bay City. With Jesus as a focal point leading us to his light, this float represents over 150 years of ministry in Bay City area, as well as outreach programs. So, right down there on Lincoln Street, Lincoln Avenue, Emmanuel Lutheran.
Well, and I see Stacy Treleski there, and Lexi, her daughter, is there. Chris Treleski is in that group somewhere as well.
That's a familiar name.
Having a great time in the parade today, as everybody is.
Looks like we've got coming up next one of the staples in the parade for many, many years. It's the Munger Potato Festival Queen in her court. The queen is Gracie Leffler. First runner-up is Julia Bublitz and Cassidy Stefanski. That's a great festival out there in Munger.
Now, the old Sutherland Bakery in Bay City has got Cops and Donuts, and they really have filled a void on the west side. Tremendous place to get donuts.
It's that Sutherland precinct.
Indeed.
Been in there.
WCEN with Jerry Clark in the morning from 94.5 The Moose, the Great Lakes Bay Region's #1 country station. Now we've got T-Wired Custom Auto, that little golf cart, electrical troubleshooting and repair for classical cars, hot rods, motorcycles, boats, and trailers. See Tim Conklin for all of your needs.
Well, there's the Hidden Harvest, Jeff. They're probably waving that Michigan State Spartan. Got a big game going on here in not too long. So Hidden Harvest tries to alleviate hunger and end food waste by providing a safe and coordinated system of rescuing surplus food and redistributing it to the people in need in the Great Lakes Bay region. Vital right there.
All right, Miss Great Lakes Bay region, Mallory Rivard, is Miss Great Lakes Bay and will be representing the Bay region at the Michigan State Pageant in June over in Muskegon.
Good luck.
And now WGER 106.3 started as beautiful music, went to rock and classic rock, and now they have turned into the Hits Parade with Ray and Mandy in the morning with Mixie playing today's best hits on Mix 106.3.
Delta College, Jeff. Delta College, love your Mellon Campus crew helping bring awareness to community about pediatric cancer.
All right, as we welcome back, we'd like to thank Consumers Energy for being our Emerald sponsor and making it possible for the parade to go forward, and also to McLaren Bay region and a place called Real Flavors for being the Pot of Gold sponsors and also helping to make today's parade possible. with all these great sponsors making it necessary to keep this parade going, and our memories from the past as well, as we look back into the 60s for a little flashback of the parade.
That's going way back. You look at that parade coming down Center Avenue, Jeff, with the old buildings. Not quite sure where that's at, but again, the 65th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, just a big event right here in beautiful Bay City.
You look down, and the first thing that strikes you is look at the size of that marching band. That is just a beautiful thing.
Yep.
As this has been a very, very well-attended event. And, boy, when we walked out earlier, they're 5 and 6 deep on the sides of the street. So there's a lot of people that consider this what we do, that first rite of spring.
Well, I can tell folks out there who are watching us right now, Jeff, we've had a lot worse weather than this. I remember not too long ago, 2012 maybe, 13, we had 72 degrees, and you and I were out there doing some live broadcasting on Center Avenue in our shorts. And but that's the beauty of this time of year. You just never know what's going to happen, but you got to come prepared.
The one thing you know is the parade will go on.
It will go on. I think have they canceled one time in 65 years?
So we hope it's another 65 years before Mother Nature dictates that again.
And that has to be pretty cold if it's going to be that way. But, you know, it's a hardy group of folks, and we appreciate the efforts of the parade people putting this together. And, you know, everybody coming out, the bands and the people from out of town, like the Munger Potato Festival Queen and people from Saginaw coming in. We greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Well, and some of Bay City's finest are trying to keep the crowd away so that we've got a clear view. Jeff Doan, along with Mike Wisdala, Jared and Natalie Doan, are outside braving the temperatures. Nick Page producing and directing. Part of what we love is this great Bay County TV crew.
Well, and it's great to be back. They, like we always say, they keep asking us back, and the parade committee does a fantastic job, Jeff. And it's a collaboration between a lot of people, the county, the city. This is a big undertaking for a day like this.
And, you know, all the porta potties and stuff that come out have made it a lot more convenient for people to enjoy the full parade without having to disappear. And we have got the River Jordan as they are cruising up right now, and we are going to look right now.
Yeah, River Jordan, Jeff, is a school of transition, a nonprofit organization dedicated to provide housing and support for those who come from foster care. In today's parade are the River Jordan volunteers and board members. That's a great effort right there. Thanks so much to them.
Boy, a much, much needed niche that they fill in our community as well.
That's a car from River Jordan.
Okay.
And coming up, have to see what this little car is right here, Jeff. But they looks like a little fire.
I think it's the Antique Toy and Firehouse Museum, owned by Jimmy Dobson. It's located in Bangor Township and outside Bay City. The museum is home to over 60 motorized fire trucks and the largest collection of fire trucks in the world. It contains over 12,000 antique and collectible toys, many of them of fire, police, and rescue.
River time. September.
Sir Leonard McInerney, there on the end. This is another really cool thing that happens at the end of September every year down in Vets Park.
That's going to be September 27th through the 29th. And this gets the school kids down there, and another wonderful event here in Bay City.
Well, and this year on my birthday is their Educational Friday down there. They bring tens of thousands of school kids from all over the area to really enjoy down there. They can learn a little bit about history and make it fun. Now it's Monty Big Cat Oswald.
Is he a T.O. Handy guy, too?
He's a Thomas Lincoln Handy graduate, the German-American Club DANK, as they are meeting the first Monday of each month at Tavern 101. And Monty is a great ambassador for all things German and American.
Yep, Monty and called Dad up. Dad's always helped support the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame. We call him up. He puts an ad in our program, Jeff. So, again, a great, great family that's done wonderful things here in Bay City.
Well, you take a flashback with Monty back in the days. He was a national Golden Gloves champion, and his dad was the trainer for many years, as he had a great boxing career as well. He and Bob Arsenault for years led that tandem of many great boxers coming out of the Bay City area.
You look at Art Dorr, and then Murray Sutherland jumped on board and got involved in that, Jeff. So good boxing here in Bay City, and Monty's been around a long time. There's one gentleman that enjoys life right there.
Well, and they're Oswald Bear Ranch up at Newberry, too. They're both up there all summer long, and they do a tremendous job. That is the largest bear reserve in North America.
Yeah.
And they do a great job rescuing cubs and stuff. I love it up there. And I love to see Monty. He's in the little food truck up front. So always great to start the day off with seeing Monty and having a snack before you go see the Bears. As we again look back at some of our great sponsors again, Tri-City RV for providing this wonderful, comfortable setting for us to do the parade. They have been so generous to us over the years, and we are very thankful. ITC for sponsoring the Celtic Blue Thunder Pipe Band, and Bay County TV with yours truly and Mike Wisdala, Jared Natalie Doan, Nick Page for making that happen, the city officials and the fire department, and Lieutenant Nathan Webster, who coordinates the activities, keeping us safe, and the County of Bay for assisting in traffic control and safety. A lot of barricades and stuff had to be put up all over the area to make sure that the traffic was funneled the right spot.
Well, down by my house, Jeff, they had them out there last night, and by about 8 o'clock this morning, when the race started, they had the barricades up at all the intersections from Livingston all the way down to Washington Street. So a nice job by our city officials jumping on board, helping out, and doing another great job.
Well, we just got a little love from Tucson, Arizona watching the parade today.
Wow.
So they're probably going to come back next month when it's a little warmer. But Tucson, Arizona, great to have you part of the parade.
Well, up next, Jeff, is our friends from the State Street Academy, now enrolling kindergarten through 5th grade.
Boy, you think fall is so far away, Mike, but it's just around the corner.
That is getting ready for the 2019-2020 school year. Be here before you know it.
That is one of the 2 privately run school districts in the Bay City area, and they do a great job, and their kids just enjoy life and enjoy going to school, and that you wouldn't want it any other way.
And coming up behind them, Jeff, is something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, as you can see out our window. It looks like it's a school bus.
As again, we've got some other people cruising from the school.
Hard to believe I've been in the school bus business for 16 years. State Street Academy school bus.
What kind of bus we got there?
I'm waiting to see. That might be a Thomas bus. Hoekstra? Yeah, that's a Thomas.
That's kind of in between a full size and a short bus.
That's probably a 35, 45 passenger. But again, the safest vehicle on the road today, Jeff.
That is just a thing of beauty. Next, we have got
the St. Paul?
Yep. We've got St. Paul Lutheran School, and they have got a contest going right now from the Heart Association that if they meet their goal, they're going to pie a teacher in the face, and an anonymous donor came up with enough money to double that amount of money that they needed to make that happen. They don't know about it yet. It's going to be a surprise on the 25th. But I'm actually going to be out there for that event to see one or more teachers get a pie in the face, which the kids may just enjoy a little bit.
You know what? That'd be okay. And there they are. St. Paul Lutheran, the Wildcats. Wow, look at him.
He's one of the warm guys in the parade today. He's loving life.
He's all gussied up.
And next, I believe we have got a group from the Dual Center. There's Chris Gerard, the longtime director of that great program. Their mission is to empower individuals by eliminating barriers to opportunities through employment services, community access, and advocacy as they teach them great life skills.
Chris is a great guy. Jeff, how about let's listen in on the Muskegon Regional Police Pipe and Drum Band.
And you know, brother, they're sporting the kilts on
boy.
a chilly day. That says something.
There's the
about what
Hibernians.
they do.
There's the Hibernians.
Oh, yes. Today's AOH, with its motto, Friendship, Unity, and Christian Charity. They stand not only as the oldest Catholic lay organization in America, but as the largest Irish... who's there?
Dr. Tilley.
Dr. Tilley is in the house.
Mike Campo, Gary Phillips.
Some of the big shooters in town.
Oh, they're way above us. We're not even close to that level.
I love their saying, though, to be Irish is a blessing, to be a Hibernian is an honor.
They do a wonderful job. My father-in-law was a member of that organization. Jeff absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's like coming up next is Coonan's Irish Hub, a 1929 Oakland vehicle. Man, I'll tell you, on a day like today, place to be, one of the places to be is Coonan's Irish Hub.
They make it happen there. Next, we've got McDonald Broadcasting, WMJO 97.3. Used to be Wixie out on Tuscola, but part of their conglomeration includes the Bay AM and FM, as they do a great job with a music mix that is unmatched in the Tri-City area.
Wonderful to listen to. And again, go back to Coonan's. Kim Coonan has done a nice job of resurrecting that bar down there, Jeff. That place of good food, good place to eat, and a hot spot on Friday nights after football games.
That is a point of destination, and, you know, that place has been there years. Used to be the hub, in case you don't know where Coonan's is. Now you do if you're our age. But just a great place for family to gather and have a bite to eat after a big game.
And he's got some outside. You can go outside also.
Next, we've got close to home, assisted living. As we're trying to find out where they pop in our group. And there are our queens.
Yes.
I know one of them's 106 and the other one is 88 years old.
We'll find it.
But we're going to have to scroll back to find out where they're at in this group. But all right, it's Alice Resmer at 106 and Gert Feed at 88. They've never been queens before, and they've never been to the parade before, so they get an opportunity at 106 years old. She's got that parade wave right down pat.
She did. She was very good at it. Probably not her first time being a queen or anything like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, she'll cherish no more than she cherishes this time. At 106 years old, she might be the oldest queen in the country.
I might bet on that one for you. Is this McDonald's?
I believe this might be KCQ Country. As they're coming through, it's either that or the Bay. All part of the same. Yep, Q Country, part of McDonald Broadcasting. They play the most country music of any station in the Great Lakes Bay region.
You'll save $5 instantly at checkout.
And again, we'd like to welcome you back to the 65th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade here on a traditional St. Patrick's Day Sunday here in beautiful Bay City.
Today's the 17th, so puts a little extra flavor into the celebration, Jeff. And
it puts real flavor.
Puts real flavor along with our friends of Real Consumers Energy and McLaren Bay region. So thanks, great job. I know you're highly involved working now for Real Flavors, and you are becoming a big hit here in the community and around Bay County.
Well, we love to give back, and just one of the three major sponsors that have helped make this parade breathe a little easier this year.
It's always nice when you can breathe a little easier.
Now it looks like we've got the Cub Scouts coming.
That's the pack from Essexville, Jeff. And again, we'll look to see if we can find them in our... Again, the beauty of live television.
They've been in the parade for many years. Though I love the fact that kids are still involved with scouting, because they teach you life skills and respect and giving back. So many great things that kids nowadays don't always get.
Yep, the Essexville Pack. I did not see the number, Jeff, but
I think it's 31-13 if I'm not mistaken.
And again, another wonderful group of, you're in it for a long time. It's just absolutely wonderful.
And now, is this the fireworks festival?
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
With Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. Usually we got Sir Douglas Clark running that. I can't quite see if Sir Douglas is running that or not.
Him.
With his the great queen and her court for the great parade and the great weekend that'll be coming up over that 4th of July.
Here's our friends from New Hope Bay Senior Living. They're proud to introduce New Hope Bay Independent Living and Assisted Living and Memory Care, an all-inclusive senior living community featuring apartments dedicated to independent living, assisted living, and memory care. New Hope Bay gives residents independence as well as support services and a community in which to enjoy a worry-free life.
I want to go back to the fireworks festival for just a minute because on the Thursday night of the traditional 4th, there's going to be David Bowie and Queen tribute that night, along with a 20-minute fireworks show that is going to blow you away. We're hoping they just got done playing, but the oldest continuous high school marching band in the state of Michigan, Bay City Central. We'll see if Jared or Natalie can spur them on to see if they'll play another song. Can we get one from them?
Oh, I hope so.
Come on, Jared and Natalie, work your magic. See if we can get a song.
See if we can get that fight song from Bay City Central.
The two great people that make that happen, though, Christy Keenan and Scott Steifenberg.
Yeah, bringing music together, concert, symphony, wind symphony, marching, jazz, and the Steelers, too. Here we go. There you go. Oh, I thought they were going to play it.
They teased us.
Yes, they did.
There we go. Love the size of that band and the sound they do, especially when you're in Ingle Stadium and that bounces off those cement walls. What a beautiful thing.
It's special. There again is another piece of their equipment to get them to and fro. You know, Jeff, come probably about August, they go up north with that trailer and they go to band camp, spend 3 or 4 days and getting ready for the season.
They put that fall show together, which they perfect and love when they do the combined bands with Central and Western. You've got about 400 people on the field, and it is a thing of beauty. As we got the Bay County Farm Bureau showcasing the young farmers, another one of those big green John Deere.
Yeah, and they got another Michigan State's flag on there, so we got to see some of that Block M here pretty soon.
Well, I don't know. I just had our producer try and point that out, but I tried to keep my blinders on from the side.
I know it.
Well, it's going to be a great game in about 20 minutes that will be starting, and we'll be tuned in. Look, we got a little Queen coming here.
Is this the Aranac County Fair and Queen? Court members are Kerrigan Cohey, Carissa Karatz, Amber Mall, and Rachel Lefevre. Fair was July 30th through August 3rd.
That is another one of those great events up in Aranac County, as that's a county we're very familiar with over the years, working for WKJC doing sports.
Been through Aranac County quite a bit. Here's a lot of fun.
Unless you've been on it, you realize how much you got to pedal.
I tell you, they go by my house all the time. You can hear them coming down the street from Columbus, 3 blocks away.
It's fun, friends, and a good time just starts as the way to describe the Sunrise Pedal Trolley. They offer a new and unique way to travel around Bay City and experience the area's culture. 15 people, and you want all 15 of them on there to pedal too, because that's how you keep it going, but they have a great time.
They have a riot. Hey, Team One Credit Union is a proud member of the Bay City community, and they want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day.
Boy, another great, big, visible entity in the Tri-City area with Team One Credit Union. We're really blessed with some great financial institutions here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
We are certainly. And Jeff, up next, something that I try to participate in every summer over there right below the water tower on Lincoln Road is the St. Stanislaus Kuska Annual AC Festival. And the festival this year will be June 27th through June 30th. And it's the biggest Polish festival in the state of Michigan. Great food, great times, great band, lots of fun, and lots of rides, and everybody has a good time that weekend.
First rite of summer is the best way to do that. You want to meet or greet people that come back once a year. The St. Stan's Polish Fest brings them back year after year, and that is a fantastic time.
Yeah, and that athletic council has been around a long time, Jeff, and I remember going to some of their AC banquets. I had the opportunity to listen to Rick Leach and his dad speak at those banquets, so they bring in some outstanding individuals.
You know, in their 69th year, they're 4 years older than the history of the parade, so them Stashes and Stellas have been around for a while.
Well, and don't forget, Steve Javitsky and the band will be there, and as they always say, plenty of beverages for everybody at the St. Stan's Picnic.
That is just a really cool event. If you haven't been to it in a few years, you're really missing out. Right straight down to the French fries, which are tremendous there. After you've had a couple of pops.
Yes.
Bay City Electric Light and Power. Bay City Electric Light and Power. They strive to offer value to our customers by providing an economical and reliable service. They've served the Bay City area since 1868. When it was known as Bay City Gas and Light Company.
21,000 customers in the area, Jeff. Bay City and surrounding townships of Bangor, Frankenless, Hampton, Monitor, and Portsmouth. So let's stretch out there a little bit.
Boy, and they do a great job, and that's where we get our electricity from is the Bay City Light and Power. And I'll tell you what, very few interruptions. They do a fabulous job.
They've done a fantastic job in this. Again, a very tough winter, Jeff, so they were very, very busy. How about our friends from 7-Eleven featuring Slurpee and other 7-Eleven favorites? And Christiana Clark is their coordinator. Ooh, nothing like a nice cold Slurpee on a nice hot summer day in Bay City.
You absolutely love it when they're together and making things happen. They've got something for the summer. They got something for the winter.
You know, you go in there and you get their tag and you get it scanned. Every seventh coffee is free. So I've taken advantage of that.
I think you go to the one over there on Henry and East North Union.
Pretty much 3-4 days a week, get a coffee, blueberry. I get their blueberry.
All right, next we've got City Market. Make City Market your stop for a fun day with friends and with family. Delicious food at the market that's always fresh, local, and good. With the City Market, you've got great eateries in there. You've got the hip syrups for your beverage. You've got flowers in there. You have got scents and
pizza,
herbals, and
all sorts of great stuff.
I mean, it is just a really cool place, and it's just down in the old J.C. Penney building right down here on Adams.
Woo, you're going back.
Well, people got to know what's what.
How about MSU Extension and 4-H, Jeff, as a hands-on experimental learning program for youth ages of 5 to 19 years old. Programs are provided by trained, dedicated adult volunteers and interacting with young in a community setting at the 4-H clubs.
You love the 4-H because you look at the number of people, Mike, that are beginning to get involved again, and that is another cool life skill that they're learning.
Yep, they do a nice job of getting young kids involved. And up next, Jeff, it looks like it's our friends from Dalney RV Center. It's the 2019 Striker Toy Hauler. Take all your toys with you while you go camping. And I'll tell you what, that's an impressive looking.
If that thing was any bigger, it would need its own zip code. That is a monster. It's got a pull-out porch on it, and I would say, is that camping or is that staying in a suite at a hotel?
No, that's my idea of camping right there.
That is
you
good
can
stuff.
wave to the look at that porch. Oh, that is cool.
Nice canopy over the top, so in case it's sunny, you can enjoy a pop or have a cigar just sitting out enjoying the summer.
That's my idea of camping, right? That's roughing it for me.
Michigan Sugar with the Queen and Court. How sweet it is. They welcome the Michigan Sugar Company float carrying the Michigan Sugar Queen, Paige Lupke. First attendant, Rachel Phillips. Second attendant, Ashley Gibbs. The entire Michigan Sugar Company family of growers and owners and employees wish you and yours a very happy and sweet St. Patrick's Day. Their big corporate office now right down in Uptown.
Yeah,
so.
they've moved down there, Jeff. Up next is our good friends Frankenmuth Credit Union. They're a proud sponsor to support our communities and can serve anyone that lives, worships, or works or was educated in the state of Michigan. They got a new Bay City office over there on Euclid and
North Union
and Essexville on Center. And they serve 42,000 of our friends and neighbors. Call Frankenmuth Credit Union home. We are purpose, not for profit.
I would say of all of the banking industries, they are the fastest growing in the Great Lakes Bay region. They're popping up everywhere.
That building they built on Union and Euclid went up really quick, Jeff. Very nice-looking building.
Well, here's another staple in the parade, and they come every year with this gorgeous float. Well, what's on the float is pretty gorgeous, too, as it's the Queen and her court from Frankenmuth.
Let's see if we can...
In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here.
Yes, indeed.
I vaguely recognize that song. Oh, here comes our boy Vaughn Begic, Mr. Michigan. Part of the great Lions Tag Day that's coming up. This is something that everybody needs to support. When you see them out on the streets wearing their Flag Day garb, or the Lions Day garb, you got to jump on board and help them. They're doing a great job.
102nd year, Jeff, of the Bay City Lions Club. And the Bay City Lions is the third in state membership, founded in Chicago in 1917. So this organization has been around a long, long time.
Helen Keller, one of the first people that really brought them to the forefront and made this organization big. But I know Vaughn's ready for this parade to be done so that he can rush out and get home for the parade. We've got Steve Goss, and look at it's the Duke of Earl.
Oh, it is the Duke of Earl.
Oh, my. He is making it happen. Well, wait till he gets up and sees Jared Natalie up top. So that'll be something special. But this is a very large, great group of people that do a tremendous job. There's the Duke. He realizes he's close to television time right now. So there's just a fun group of people that really love to make it happen.
He's another guy like us. He's got a face for radio.
And look at that, Steve Goss back there with the Lion himself. As another one of the great people in the community, Steve Goss. He's a Western guy.
Yes, he is. He's a warrior. Here's another fun group, Jeff.
The Scottville Clown Band. Their roots date back to the start of the 1900s when a musical group of Scottville merchants began to dress as hillbillies. Let's see if we can get them to put on a little music for us.
They're going to be playing that over at the Scottish Rite across the street here at 4:30 today, Jeff.
Yep, right after the parade is done, and that'll be a lot of fun. They're very entertaining. We're going to get some music here. Let's see if we can catch the end of it. Consumers Energy sponsored them to help bring them back too, and we are elated at them as being one of the three great corporate sponsors.
They had a good time last year, and I know they're going to have a good time this year.
Also, McLaren and Real Flavors here in Bay City for the Pot of Gold sponsorship to make this parade go forward. Could not be more elated for those three organizations stepping up to make this parade work.
Cub Scouts pack 3113, it looks like, Jeff, is charted out of the Pilgrim Lutheran in Essexville and Lindsay School over there on the west side of Bay City. 21st year in the parade.
We've got the whole rest of the Scouts coming. We have got Troop 108 from the Boy Scouts of America, the St. Jude Thaddeus Parish Center, and Troop 158. The all-girls troop also from St. Jude Thaddeus with Aaron Sangsberg as the coordinator. There he is, Mr. Michael Apley. Every year that young man is in the parade, and he is just enjoying it. Look at that. Gives us the point of the finger and the wave. I'll tell you, he's a staple in the parade.
This Rose Urban's Dance Academy right here, Jeff, located at 214 Salzburg. We feature cardio drumming and line dancing as part of our fun dance classes.
Well, and they were also part of the fireworks telethon as they came and had some great entertainment. And saw Doug Clark doing a little bit of that pounding, too, and he didn't do too bad for a first-timer.
He was out of breath, but that is a very good workout.
Uh-oh, watch out now. We got the crazy man. Oh, looks like we could have an accident out on the street as we're sitting down
I think
there.
Did they hit?
They hit. Minor damage, though. They're looking at each other right now. Can't you see me coming? No, you're only about 6 inches off the ground.
It's the Joppa Lodge 315, accompanied by the Midland Shriner mini cars, the Clowns, and the Shriner van, Jeff.
Part of the great Masonic family. As they're talking right now, it's like, hey, when I zig, you got to zag. We can't hit.
It was a zig-zag.
We got to bring these things back in one piece.
You know, they're throwing out candy, Jeff. We haven't seen that in a while, but, you know, they're
not throwing it out.
They're handing it out. I'm sorry. That's why they're doing it. You got to hand it out and not throw it. But there's our famous mini cars, and like we say every year, getting in those things is one thing. Getting out of them at the end is another.
You got to peel those guys up with a shoehorn after they've been sitting in those things for 2.5 hours. They have a lot of fun, but they need a little ibuprofen by the time they get out and being wedged out of those things.
That's good stuff. Let's see who we got coming up here next. It's the Midland area. Oh, from Midland Area Shrine Club.
Yep.
That's the trailer where they cart those little mini cars around. Good sponsorship.
They might have to keep those people in the vehicles till they get them back to Midland because they might not be able to get out.
Just drive them in.
I think now we've got the
Cougars?
Montrose Blueberry Festival coming up.
No, I think this is the Cougars. All Saints Central Elementary.
Oh, yes, indeed. In Bay City, they're lucky to have it all at All Saints. And they are represented by the Leprechauns of All Saints School. That's another great Catholic organization here in Bay City. They do a fine job with the young people. You know, Greg Wagner, the athletic over there, director, is an excellent individual.
Brian Campo, the principal over there at All Saints.
Yeah, they get some great folk over there. We always love it when we stop over there to do an athletic event. They treat us like kings.
Up next, Jeff, is the Montrose Blueberry Festival, third weekend in August. Queen is Alexa, and on the court is also Justice. And we'll see if we can get some more names of the young ladies. But I've heard you go over there and get those fresh blueberries. I love a good fresh blueberry, my friend. Alexa Campbell, Justice Reed, Maddie Wraith, and Shaylin. I did not see your last name. That's a good-looking float right there.
It is a great-looking float, and I'll tell you, it's only a 35-minute drive south. It's not a long trip away.
How about the Valley Aero Club presents its barrel plane train that are used to entertain younger children during the festivities at the James Clements Airport. I'll spit it out.
Well, I tell you, that's great. You know, they've got some old barrels that they really painted up and decorated up. Kids just absolutely love sitting in that and the fun that they can have perusing around.
Bay City Champion Force Athletic is up next. Nationally ranked cheer program for boys and girls ages 5 to 18. Jeff, Kelly Peace is the coordinator.
Some are walking, some are riding, so
all of them are smiling.
Oh, yes. The Irish eyes are smiling on one and all today. And again, the bright sunshine of the 65th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade is really making this a cool, fun event. Little breeze, but it's still the first rite of spring, and it's a great day to be outside and a little Irish.
Not too bad today. Like I said earlier, we have seen a lot worse.
As they're on the float, and it looks like they've got, they've got them walking in the back too, but looks like the younger contingent might be riding this year.
This has got to be the biggest group of people walking in the parade today.
They are all decked out in their green as well, so they're looking good. They're living large, and they're waving at people. Yep, I know her. I recognize her. I go to school with her. She sits 2 seats away. It's all good.
Oh, I think also in this group is the Champions Force Bay City Martial Arts, Jeff. Great respect for discipline, self-defense, teamwork, ages 4 and older with locations all over.
They just gave a little cheer out there as they're getting fired up. I think they're all fired up. This is just a huge group, as you just said, Mike.
Didn't mean to speak over them. I apologize.
Well, we got to get the info in, too. You know, they got to get love all the way around, so it's priority-based. Boy, we're over halfway through the parade already. They've really been grouped up nice today, had very little breaks, and we love it when they keep coming through and that they're in order.
Yes. It's tough. Jan and the gang do a great job trying to keep them where they're supposed to be. And there's a little curve every once in a while, Jeff, but overall it's been a great parade so far.
I think coming up behind right now, the next group we're going to see is that Champion Force Bay City Martial Arts group.
Yep.
It's great for respect, discipline, self-defense, and teamwork for ages 4 and older, with locations all over the place. And my kids were involved in this for years, and I'll tell you, you learn basic self-defense. It's not an aggressive form of martial art. They just kind of teach you how to defend yourself,
right.
And when all else fails and you're pushed into a corner, you're going to win.
Yeah, a lot of discipline, Jeff, like you said, and they look at how young these kids are. They start them out young, and it's a good workout too. Keeps you in shape. So nice job by them and walking the parade and having a lot of fun.
Yep, Champion Force of the Bay City Martial Arts. Two great organizations back to back.
Coming up next, Jeff, is the Valley Hospice Care. Comfort, compassion, and care. Expect to be treated with the utmost dignity and sensitivity when you become a client of Valley Hospice Care. They really do a great job.
Again, like to take this opportunity to thank Consumers Energy for being the Emerald sponsor of the 65th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, and Real Flavors and McLaren for being Pot of Gold sponsors to also make this parade happen. Could not make this parade go without those three great sponsors.
It's nice to have them jump on board, Jeff. Certainly appreciated. And like you said earlier, this was a year where the parade committee just could sit back, and they got their funding early and really enjoyed just putting this parade together.
I think the Western Band is playing right now. We'll see if we can tune into it.
Bum, bum, bum.
So good.
So good. So good. So good.
What a great selection of music. I don't think there's a much more fun-loving song
that's a
than
good
Sweet
tune.
Caroline from Neil Diamond.
Craig Heidenberg, director
Yes.
for the marching band out at Bay City Western.
A lot of talent out there.
He does a nice job putting that group together in August, Jeff, and they're right in form. They didn't miss a beat.
Well, and you love Falls doing football games when you can hear that band as well as many of the other ones in the area. They do a phenomenal job.
I know we're getting close because I can hear them on my porch down at Bay City Central. School's a couple weeks away and football's right around the corner.
Brad Treichel is racing at its most fun, but safety at Tri-City Speedway, as that's just turned into another great venue on Friday night. They moved the stands to the backside so you're not looking into the sun anymore.
Yep.
And that is just a really cool place out there on Ott Road in 9 Mile.
Not too far from the golf course.
Yes.
White Birch Hills.
That is a beautiful area out there. And when you're golfing, you can hear them out there running and practicing. That's just a great area out there.
Used to be out there Tri-City Dragway also.
What kind of cool stuff. Oh, somebody's coming out. Looks like they've got some more treats. Oh, they've got oranges, so they got healthy treats coming.
That's the stuff you and I need to eat.
Yes. I like these Heidi's Darn Good cookies better that Mark Nierenberg brought over.
Mark, I think he knows when we're in the area, and he always brings us a nice treat. What did he say he made? How many dozen cookies?
100 dozen cookies. And they're gone by now.
Yeah, they're out. They're done. But, again, City Market open and people going in and out. And Parade going right by there, Jeff. So stop in the City Market and see what's going on. And Heidi's cookies,
they're darn good.
They are darn good.
Yep, Mark gave me a text this morning and wanted to know where we were going to be at, and I never want to miss that text so that I can let him know exactly where we're going to be.
I'm glad you answered him back, my friend. Wherever we're at, wherever he sees us, he always brings us a box of cookies.
It is just a fun thing, and he does a great job.
He does.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. We want to show one? There we go.
There's a little sampling of what they get. As you can tell, there's a little dent in them, so obviously they've been very good because we have put a big dent in them.
Hey, Nick, how good were they? Pretty good cookies?
Darn good. As we've got a slight lull in the parade right now. It'll give us an opportunity to thank a few other people. Tri-City RV for providing this great setup for us so that we can be in a 70-degree comfort as we enjoy the parade. ITC for sponsoring the Celtic Blue Thunder Pipe Band. Bay County TV with yours truly, Mike Guisdala, Jared and Natalie Doan, Nick Page, the city and county officials for all the work they do to help make this parade go.
Great team effort again this year, Jeff. And like you said, we do have a little bit of lull in the parade. And but so far it's been a great parade. Earlier we were talking, we saw our friend the St. Bernard across the way. Don't know if we had the St. Bernard on TV yet, but he's been a staple here for the last few years.
Boy, they are in the exact same spot, so I would say they probably get here early to make all that happen. But that big old St. Bernard, you can't miss him if you're in the neighborhood.
He's sure grown up over the last 3 or 4 years.
The Easter Bunny's around, too. That's a thing of beauty. Nah, that's just around the bend.
Reese's peanut butter eggs.
They're everywhere. And they're not sorry.
Oh, no. No, my favorite. Is this the moose? Or who's this here, Jeff?
I'm still trying to see. There's nothing on the side.
Well, we'll keep trying to figure it out. I think these folks, I wish we could find out who they are. They're handing out there he is. There's our friend.
Yes, he's looking from the back right now, and he's just having the time of his life over there watching the masses go by.
He was a little boisterous earlier in the day. Oh, they're handing out tomatoes, too, it looks like. Is that tomatoes? Huh. We'll find out.
Looks like Al Peliquin is in the house as well as he's trying to stay out of the way from the camera, but he can't hide.
I went to grade school with Al.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple times 5, a couple times 20.
As our next group coming up here is wishing everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day, as we've got some youngsters that are much more limber than you and I.
Well, that doesn't take much.
Oh, it's from Expressions. Expressions in Motion. As we're trying to race back to see if we can find Expressions in Motion, and unfortunately we don't have a ton of information on them. Our apologies. Mike Canuti, Dumpster Center. Garbage got you moody? Call Canuti.
Garbage got you moody? Call Canuti. They're blue. Their dumpsters are blue.
They are very, very prevalent through the area, and that's turned into big business. There's a lot of people that make that happen, and Canuti is just one of them. Michael T. Canuti.
They got excavation and dumpster rental, Jeff, so kind of a company that does a lot of different things.
As again, we would like to thank Consumers Energy for being the Emerald sponsor and making the parade possible today, along with Real Flavors and McLaren for being our Pot of Gold sponsors to also keep this parade moving forward. Those 3 groups, we can't thank them enough. And I think that this might be the part of Barney's Bar and Grill.
Moose Riders.
Okay.
Bay City Moose Riders formed in 2013, raised over $10,000 for charities at Special Olympics and Tony and Trish House, Moose Lodge Charities, and Special Olympics. Great group right there.
Great friendly group of bikers.
Yep.
Go out and have a good time. As we'd like to welcome you back to the 65th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala, and we are pleased again this year, as we are every year, that they bring us back for a little bit more fun.
A little bit more, and hard to believe, Jeff, 65 years the Bay City's been doing this parade, and I think I've seen pretty much about 55 of those parades, so and every year the weather is great. This year we had that one year was 72 out where we just had a blast that year. And hey, who's that?
Santa and Mrs. making a spring trip, probably one of the last trips before they won't be able to bring the sleigh in anymore.
Well, they got to get back. They got to get back to work.
They've got a lot of toys to make before next year. I think this is Shea Podleski and the gang from Barney's Bar and Grill, a South End gem. They're the winners of the 2018 Best in Town Float. Another one of those great places to have something to eat and a little libation in the South End.
Yep.
And boy, they're passing out the candy as well, and they're doing a great job of making sure that it gets all the way over to the kids so they don't have to come out and get them. It's fun seeing the kids scramble, too. 1 or 2 is not enough. If you can get 4 or 5, I'm going to get them.
I remember wrestling people for that candy.
It's all fair game, boy,
yes,
once
sir.
it hits the ground. Who's the quickest?
Try to get it before it hits the ground.
Now I'm wondering if this is our group from H&R Block.
Yeah, that might have been. It's not.
This is the Barney's group.
Yeah, this is Barney's.
So we just had H&R Block with that last group, and they have got everything from basic returns to your most complex situation. H&R Block has tax solutions to fit all of your needs. And again, that group from Barney's Bar and Grill that have a great old time as well.
Well, Barney's down there in Michigan Avenue. Some H&R Block files your taxes. Jeff, that time of year.
I know. I'm going next Friday to get mine done, and hopefully it's good news, but who knows? And then we have got Bob's.
That's Stan's Gold Mine.
It's sitting on the back of Bob's Transport, so he said get better gas mileage when we're just sitting on the back. Stan's Gold Mine. Don Stanley, it's that time of year when we'll be getting our tax returns back. You've worked hard this year. Come in today and get something special for yourself to celebrate with in the spring.
Up next, Jeff, we all know this vehicle coming down center, the Bookmobile, the Bay County Library System, and BookBike. The Bookmobile provides library services for Bay County residents who do not live near one of the branches. It's on the road 3 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, stopping at more than 40 locations throughout the county on the 3-week rotating schedule.
And you know what? You don't really think about this, but you know what? You live 15 or 20 miles away from one of these, and you have one of those Bookmobiles pull up in your neighborhood. It is one of the ways that you continue to encourage kids to read to get better.
Man, we got a great library system here in Bay County, too.
We are
Jeff.
blessed.
Great library, right? The Alice and Jack Wirt Library right across the street from where we're at, across from the county building. They do a wonderful job.
Looks like the Mid-Michigan Carriage Company. They offer services for all events, and they do unicorn parties, making any special occasion magical.
Wow, that is. Look at the size of that fella.
They're out quite often, too,
are.
during the Sundays in the city, during the late November and December, offering, I believe, their free rides in front of the city market might be their location where they meet up with people. And that is just a thing of beauty to have them offer that cool service. And you ride on it and you like it, and you'll be more apt to give them a call to have them do a special occasion for you.
I saw them down there one time at down there by Tavern 101, the planetarium, just giving people a ride. It's really a nice way to see Bay City.
And the Dust Stoppers line dancing all along the parade route as they do another great job. And that's a good workout to do the line dancing. Let's see if they're going to do a breakdown for us here.
Folks right here.
Oh, yeah. Look at them come. They're all excited to get that line moving. All right.
You ever done that or tried to do that?
I got 3 left feet.
It's a hoot. I got 3 left feet too, but it's fun.
How about Loving Touch Farrier Service? Jessica Atwood is a full-service farrier taking care of all your hoof care needs. A farrier is a specialist in equine hoof care, including the trimming and balancing of horses' hooves and the placing of shoes on their hooves. And they've got some big horses. One of them's even green.
What's St. Patrick's Day?
St. Patty's Day. But that is a service, too, that a lot of people don't understand. And the Super Duper Pooper Scooper is right behind them, too. One of the most valuable entities in the parade.
Well, you can't be up on Mackinac. They're not busy this time of year, so he's got to come down to Bay City.
Yes, indeed. You got to love the Super Duper Pooper Scoopers.
It's our friends Jeff from Chemical Bank are proud to support the St. Patrick's Day Parade. With more than 100 years of experience, Chemical Bank remains steadfast and focused on community banking, and they are a member of FDIC.
And I believe one of their vice presidents is pretty well known to us.
I think it's Coach Mike Debo has been with Chemical Bank for many, many years.
Yep, one of the great people, and another one of the excellent. We're really blessed with great banking industries here.
Hopevale Church coming up next, Jeff. Tara Wieland, coordinator.
You know, they've just recently started services at John Glenn in the auditorium. They're so huge in Saginaw that they're expanding now into Bay City.
Good.
And this is just a really live church that are really making things happen, and people are flocking to it. And we're just pleased that they're part of the Bay City community.
Well, they're handing out candy, too. Well, next year we're going to have to get outside, but with all this candy being handed out, we you know, with Heidi's darn good cookies and all this candy, it's us.
It is, but you know what? We're probably better off being inside because if not,
That's true.
we'd be in trouble.
That's not like we need more candy.
Again, like to thank some of the great people that have made this parade go. It's Consumers Energy for being the emerald sponsor in this parade, as they do a tremendous job along with McLaren Bay Region and Real Flavors.
That's a nice-looking logo you have there, my friend.
Mr. Nick, he doesn't miss a page.
Yeah.
He just, and there's a pun intended, doesn't miss a page, Nick Page. I didn't know if you caught that or not, but it's also just made the people's lives easy here for the parade this year. They don't have to worry at the last minute if they're able to make things happen. So if you are part of any one of those 3 organizations, please make sure you thank them for their support of this great event. Also, Tri-City RV providing us, along with the judges right next to us, with another great RV, ITC, for sponsoring the Celtic Thunder Pipe Band, and us on Bay County TV and the city and county officials for all that they do to make this great event work, and all the volunteers that go into the preparation and the cleanup of this parade.
I think this is the Bay County Prevention Network, Jeff. Celebrating 30 years of putting prevention into practice. The vision is to ensure a healthy, safe, and drug-free community with over 60 partner organizations.
You just got to love it when you see that happen. Now I think we've got the Bay County Girl Scouts. They have walkers with wagons, and maybe a small dog is even going to be in this group. We'll have to see, but
that's Pier 360. And then you're right, Jeff. Here comes some more Cub Scouts.
These are the
or
Boy Scouts.
I'm
yep.
sorry.
I believe this is the all-girl Boy Scout group, and they were bulked in earlier.
Yep.
So we're glad to have them part of the parade as well, and they wanted to have their own spot, so we're just glad that they're all part of this wonderful parade. There's a group coming by right now, and these are the local Girl Scout troop. As they're from the Bay Area, and we thought that they were part of that group in front. But again, as you said earlier, Mike, the beauty of live television. They're all full of energy as well. Proud Girl Scouts.
A lot of girl power right there. A lot of future leaders in that group, my friend.
And again, you just got to love what the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts and the Brownies and the Cub Scouts do. Now, they teach a lot of great life skills. There's the little Fifi we were looking for just a few minutes ago. He is in the house.
Well, you know, there's one thing he does not need. A pooper scooper.
No.
He doesn't need those.
Nope. He is all set. He is just coming along, enjoying this wonderful parade with some more of the young scouts that are walking along with that group.
What troop number is that, Jeff? We'll get it as soon as we can, but it's
665. 50065.
50065. Area 554. So nice job by those young ladies. It's a long walk coming down this parade route.
They certainly do a tremendous job. Well, I'll tell you, if that's part of Bayshore Senior Care, they're one of the true great rock and roll bands in the mid-Michigan area. Little journey to get us through the day.
They sound very, very good.
They are widely considered the best journey band, at least in this part of the state, if not all through it.
Bay County Fair, Jeff. 154 years.
Boy, and they always go at the beginning of August, and they put on a tremendous show, and it's something that's continuing to grow again. The big 4-H and the animal barns make it happen.
I'm going to tell you something right now, my friend. Don't be silly.
You just call Billy. As they have got everything from the smallest to the big 40-yard dumpsters. And they are, with the big, bright red dumpsters, they are really a visible part of the Great Lakes Bay region.
You know, Jeff, going back to the fair, they're putting a few dollars into some of their buildings out there, and they're sprucing the place up. So nice to see the Bay County Fair, but always a lot of fun to see our friend from Billy's. And what a great saying they have.
Yep, they are certainly, they have the right dumpster to fit your business. With Billy's, you receive top-of-the-line service after the sale.
Up, Jeff, next is the Alzheimer's Association, leading the way to a world without Alzheimer's. Join us in our mission as an event participant, donor, or volunteer while getting the support you need on your Alzheimer's journey, and Abby Scherzer is their coordinator.
They do a great job, and now we've got Cash and Go. Whether you need to pay a utility bill or repair a broken appliance, think Check and Go in Bay City. It's our Bay City store that offers a variety of services from payday loans, cash advances, check cashing, and so much more. That is Check and Go here in Bay City.
Up next at K&S on Center Road. Free bingo, fish fries, Jeff.
Look like they're having a great time during the parade as well.
It's got to be Mike's Wrecker Service for all your towing needs. And remember to move over and let the Wrecker Service people in need and indeed keep themselves safe, Jeff. So, you know, this year we had Had some wrecker services out there in that cold weather and stuff, and Mike's was out there. So just remember, move over a little bit and let those folks do their job.
Now we've got the folks from Van Wert Glass. As
Bay City Midland Saginaw.
Van Wert Glass has been around for a long time.
Well, there's another pretty nice looking trailer there, my friend.
International RV World, offering new and used RV sales, service, parts, and accessory. I believe they're right along I-75 and West Side Saginaw Road before it turned into Bay Road, before it turns into Salzburg to Lafayette to Kosciuszko to 22nd and to Young's Ditch.
Jeff, the music we just heard was from our friends at Shockwave Productions. And this is a Great Lakes Harley Davidson bike trailer with bikes on it and 4 bikes riding behind or in front of the Ford F-150 pickup.
I believe they're part of the big teddy bear run that always goes to Covenant to the pediatrics unit every August as well. And that's a sight to see about 100 of these with a big teddy bear on the back of their rig as they go and put smiles on kids' faces in the hospital.
Well, you know, last week when it was 65 outside, I heard a couple of them going down the road, so we're getting close to that season again, Jeff. And I always know when you're getting close to good weather when you hear the motorcycles out.
Look at on the back of that, too, just another great extension off of the back of that RV. Great places to just relax and enjoy the great outdoors in Michigan and beyond.
Yes, absolutely.
These guys, when they're riding those cycles, they're having a hard time because they got to idle most of the time. They want to get that wind in their hair and fly down the road.
Kind of like you and I getting wind in our hair.
Well, yeah, all 3 of them. This is still the F-150 part of the Great Harley Davidson Group. Says take a ride here in 2019 to test one of these great vehicles out.
Well, there's a right color for today, Jeff. The 1955 Buick from Denny's Collision, and they're located on M13.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, it is a nice.
And they might win the smallest float, too, with that one cruising right behind.
That dog's got the catbird seat right there.
Looks like a little Red Rider.
A little sheepdog.
This might be our group from Caretel Inn of the Tri-Cities. Follow the rainbow to Caretel Inns of Tri-Cities, located on West Side Saginaw Road. They do a tremendous job on West Side Saginaw Road of rehabilitation services for people to get them back home to a level of independence.
That was the Boys and Girls Club there. And next up is Caretel. Let's see, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Nick.
Well, that's our beauty of live television. Yep. Again, Nick Page, our producer and director. He makes the big bucks for a reason.
He does. He does. That's another great organization, Caretel Inn.
Yeah, when you need rehab services, and I've gone out to visit many people that get it, and they all rave about the quality of care, the cleanliness of the facilities, the friendliness of the staff, the expertise in the therapists out there. They really do a fine job.
It's like a small little community out there, Jeff. They got a movie theater out there. They have a nice cafeteria. You can get your hair cut, or you can get a pedi or a mani if you want. So, and really nice grounds and really nice inside.
Hey, they do a superb job.
They certainly
do. And there's one of the littlest riders. He's not totally enthralled right now, but he's awful warm and awful comfy. Here we got a 1948 Willie Jeep presented by Robert Short. The Jeep legend began in November of 1940 in the early days of WW2, just a year before the United States entered the war. It's a small four-wheel drive prototype. The Willys Quad was delivered to the U.S. Army in 1941.
Also, right along with it, Jeff, is the Bay County Hockey Association. Proud to have the Bay County Hockey as one of the largest user groups here at the Civic Arena. For you that have not heard, the Hockey Association changed its website. The current website of Bay County Hockey Association is www.baycountyblizzard.com for schedules, happenings, and other events. Go check it out.
Boy, I'll tell you, we had an opportunity earlier. The Blizzard ended up being champions of a big tournament that they had back in January, and Nick was just there about a week ago that did a 10 under, 12 under, and 14 under event for them. That Civic Ice Arena is rocking.
Some good hockey players in the Great Lakes Bay region, Jeff.
Next, we've got Surf Pro of Bay City. Been unfortunately a familiar sight at the Bay City Hall this year. They had a big water problem. In 24 hours, they went in, had it cleaned up, and ready for operation again from a Tuesday issue. They had it going again with operations on Thursday. So Surf Pro doing a tremendous job.
And those vehicles, Jeff, stick out with that bright green. Great for today, but every time you see that bright green rolling down the roads of this area, you know it's from Surf Pro.
And it's 24/7, 365 service.
Yep, they do a tremendous service, and they'll be right there as soon as they can. Give them a call at 1-800-SERVE-PRO.
Easy enough number to remember. Boy, as we're looking down, I only see about 2-3 blocks of entries left here.
We're getting close.
This has just turned into a great sun-soaked day. Temperatures are a little crisp, but people are just excited to be out.
Yeah, it has been a wonderful day, Jeff. And, you know, we had 117 entries this year into the parade, and that's a nice parade for this year. That's the right amount of numbers. We got somebody else. Uh-oh,
I don't want to see the score yet, but thank you. It's still too early for that, but
as it started.
Again, welcome to the 65th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala, Jared and Natalie Doan outside filming, Nick Page producing and directing on the inside. And we'd like to thank some folks again. Consumers Energy for their Emerald sponsorship, McLaren and Real Flavors for their Pot of Gold sponsorship, Tri-City RV for all they do for us, ITC for their efforts, and the city and county officials for all they do pre- and post-parade.
I think this is still Surf Pro, Jeff. This is what they call their command center. So if there's something that happens and they got to get the folks out there, they take this vehicle out there, and this is the heartbeat, the command center for what they have to get done. And you got to have all your computers and all your things right there. And what a beautiful looking vehicle for Surf Pro.
Well, and I believe they're able to bring people in. You know, if your house has been a problem and you're waiting to relocate, you can come in and get out of the elements, whether it's the extreme heat or cold. And that command center is just the center of operations to allow them to logistically make things happen.
Wow. Ooh, Webster.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had to get a couple in today.
Well, I'm going to let you take Apex Home Inspections. You're on a roll.
Well, it's for future homeowners, and with Apex, the job that they do is looking at the things in the house that you can't see when you're just looking through it. They inspect it to make sure that it is perfect and ready for you to go, giving you the peace of mind when you move into your house that there are no unforeseen circumstances.
Well, detailed certified inspection report turned over to a potential home buyer. No surprises, Jeff. Guaranteed satisfaction, friendly and honest communication. And when the biggest purchase of your life is a home, get it inspected and call Apex Home Inspection.
And again, the thing that's beautiful about that is, again, that is something you are going to spend more money on than probably anything else in your life. You don't want any surprises shortly after you move in, and they'll scope those things out and make sure that they're fixed and it's right before you move in.
And they're certified, so that's the key.
So we got a nice little vintage craft here.
Urban Salvage Vintage Market, Jeff. Hey, you know what? I had a car just like this when I was growing up. I had a 1974 Ford LTD. Mine was a two-door.
You could fit the whole neighborhood in that thing.
I'll tell you what, that thing was a boat. Got about 2 miles to the gallon. And
but it was only a quarter a gallon, so you could do that.
Right. Urban Salvage Vintage Market to be held May 18th and 19th, August 10th and 11th this year. And I'll tell you what, that was my very first car I owned, was a 74 Ford LTD Brougham.
Got to love that.
Heartland Hampton Home Health Care, where patients are treated like royalty, Jeff.
That's another one of the great rehab centers in the area. They hope to not see you for too long. That means you got all better quick, and you head back home to your place of independence. Heartland is a great place here in the Bay City area.
Up next is Paul Davis. Recover, Reconstruct, and Restore provides professional residential and commercial emergency restoration services for disasters of all size.
From water and flood damage, fire, mold. And the mold is a big one because they'll come in and take care of it. A lot of people have mold and they don't even know it. They are franchise professionals. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
They're over on Salzburg.
Yes, and they have got more than 370 independently owned and operated franchises throughout the U.S. and Canada.
Up now is somebody that's been around a long time here in Bay City. Jeff, our good friends from Old Town Gym, the only locally owned club in Bay City for 34-plus years.
Well, Ray Nearing and the group over there that run it have recently, in the last couple of years, gone 24/7. So you've got the keypad entry so that you can slide in and work out at your leisure. So you really don't have any excuses anymore. I work an off shift and I can't make it. Ray says we're open 24/7. Come on in and enjoy the facilities.
2 locations, one out there on Center and the other one is on?
It is behind. It's on North Union Road.
Behind
Long John's.
Long John Silver's.
Yep. I knew between us we could spit it out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's where Coach Richards works out, too.
Well,
so
that makes you want to go even more.
I think he socializes as much as he does, but he does. You can tell he gets a little bit of work in as well.
He's working out. I think he's working out his jaw more than anything.
Well, let's say it's all strong. We saw him and C. Lover, his black lab, earlier today cruising around before the parade, and always great to see Coach Dean Richards.
Gotta love the coach. Next up is Auto House, Jeff.
The house is your tire center for new and used. It's the car dealership, so any place in the area that you need tires, they serve a great area from Saginaw, Bay City, Linwood, Gladwin, and the surrounding areas. You need tires, they've got them.
Heard good things about that place up there, Jeff, at the Auto House.
Is this a nice old GTO?
I think so.
Nice buggy pulling it, too.
This is the Bay City. Is this the Bay City Rollers? Muller's Auto Repair, sponsors of the Gray Ghost drag car, 1985 Grand Prix. J. Van Haren Motorsports, sponsors of the 1965 GTO. A 2018 race winner. See them at September 28th, 2019 Rally and Swap Meet.
Boy, those old GTOs in the day.
Yeah.
They could put the hair on fire if they got going from 0 to 60 in a hurry.
Yeah, a little giddy up and go in those things.
They did indeed. They almost had too much power, but anybody that had one said, oh, no, once you learned how to drive them, there's just enough.
That is a nice-looking vehicle.
The other vehicle looks like a 1985 Grand Prix. As we're down just to the last couple of blocks of activities here in the 65th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan outside, Nick Page on the inside producing and directing this show. As we look at that 1985 Grand Prix coming up right now, again, pulled by a nice old buggy. And they are just some fun cars from the day.
Green is the theme of the day, wouldn't you say, my friend? Seen a lot of green cars.
It is all beautiful, I'll tell you what. Love to see all the entries, and when they can make them green, it's even better.
Muller's Auto Repair, Jeff, Auburn, Michigan. A nice little cart right there.
Callias Cardio Drumming also coming up. As we see just the little buggy there. And
oh boy.
We have got some company coming. We've got the smallest of Irish coming to visit.
Hi, buddy.
There it is. This is Papa Gwiz.
It's Foster.
And
Hi, Foster.
Foster. Well,
Foster
it's nice
Joe?
to see Mom and Dad, too, not just Foster. It's like, Mom and Dad, you still get a vote. It's just not the first vote anymore. As Foster is here loving the fireworks.
He's looking good, isn't he? With his bow tie and his hat.
He's looking festive.
He watched us on the telethon, too.
Yep, we saw great
Hi, buddy.
pictures of him just glued to the television. He goes, wow, what's going on there with Daddy-O and the gang?
buddy.
But Callias Cardio Drumming is a fun 45-minute workout for all ages and all fitness levels. Monday nights at 6:30 in Winona Park Band Shell, and it all starts in May of this year. Come and enjoy the fun on Monday nights for a great workout.
I got to try that sometime. That looks like a pretty good workout on those. There he is. Hi, bud. How are you?
He says, that's Papa.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
His very first St. Patrick's Day parade.
And here we've got Scotty's Sandbar at your place for live music on the middle grounds with food and fun. It's a place where friends meet, and that goes way back to our youth as well, back to the Sands Bar, and that was just a great place, and it's really turning into a great place again. They've redone some docks out there so you can bring your boat in, and it's a real fun place to be.
I've had a sandwich out there or two, Jeff. They wonderful selection of food out there at the Sands Bar in the middle ground. And up next is
I believe it's going to be the Side by Side blog. This is a group of local off-road enthusiasts who run a new and entertainment website, and it's all for you on the YouTube channel. Doug Butterfield is the coordinator of this group. I can't believe that young man doesn't like his picture taken. He's not anything like his papa.
Yeah. He was singing all morning, so he is like Grandpa Gwiz.
Now, these side-by-siders go out, and they just have a lot of fun.
Got the tracks on it. That's an interesting-looking vehicle, isn't it?
That's just like a tank on the trails. There isn't much that they can't go through with that great side-by-sider.
That is wonderful. Okay, we'll get one more shot of Foster before he leaves, and we'll say goodbye, and there he is.
Ah, yes,
right.
Look at that. He says sporting the hat, the tie, the green, with the name on it in case you forget. It's all about Foster. If we're even in second place, we're doing good.
Yeah. I'm playing second fiddle, too. Thanks,
indeed.
Mara.
Always great to see you, Mara. Not just Foster. It's great to see Mom and Dad, too. Say hi to Charlie out there. As the side-by-siders are cruising through right now, Mike, we're down to the last handful here.
I'll tell you what, look at that thing up there. Ooh, side by side. Up next, is this going to be our friends from the Saginaw Bay Yacht Club?
Yep.
Saginaw Bay Yacht Club, Jeff, 125 years in the community with a golf cart featuring cannon and popping noise and pirate flags.
Got the skipper on there and his crew, and they're going for a 3-hour tour someplace.
Well, you go out there, you can have weddings out there or parties and have a nice meal. So, yeah, great job by Saginaw Bay Yacht Club. 125 years this year, celebrating their anniversary.
And Great Lakes Bay Health Center, another great group of people that are just loving the fact that the parade finally caught up and they're in and part of it.
It's a nice looking vehicle they have at Great Lakes Bay's Health Centers. That's a great thing for the community, Jeff. Going around town and getting work done, your teeth, and all sorts of good things.
It's nice when you can just pull up and you can get it all done in one spot. They can really move you in and out and through, and it's just great to have a business like that provides that great, wonderful care, and they take Delta Dental as well.
Yeah, yep. The McDonald Auto, Jeff. Francisco Reyes is the coordinator.
As one of the great dealerships in our area, as they have financing for everyone, so don't feel like you can't get a vehicle. You stop in and they'll know how to take care of you. Francisco Reyes and the group over at McDonald Auto.
Oh, Bell Landscaping, Jeff. This is one of those, this right here, this truck. This is where they spray the seed onto the
hydro seeding.
Hydro seeding, and they sit up on top of that truck and they spray it. They can get it out there a long ways. And you see these on the bigger projects like the highways and the hills alongside the highway. So that is an impressive looking vehicle.
Boy, and the kids are excited because there's still candy left. So they're able to get a few treats again. And you're right, they do the large area stuff, and they do a tremendous job. And that hydro seeding comes up in a week or two, and it is thick and it is good because it just stays firmly in place.
Next up is CLS, is a Michigan-based family-owned provider of uniform linen and other facility services. Just their Saginaw location serves the Tri-City area with pride and passion.
They do another great job at CLS Incorporated.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, we are getting there, my friend.
Another one of the CLS craft.
Is this the Voodoo Tattoo coming up?
I believe it may be.
Nope,
I think it's the Taste of Bay
City.
City.
Oh, it is the Taste of Bay City.
Home of the Dollar Tacos every Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
The Taste of Bay City for some great Mexican food.
Voted #1 taco in mid-Michigan this year.
I believe they're over in the old Jamie's in the South End.
On Farragut Street.
Yes.
Yep.
And that is just a great place. My family's gone there. I have not eaten there yet, but they love it.
Yes. Right in the shadow of the water tower. Not too far from St. Stan's Picnic. So
in the shadow of thy tower. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's just a...
I know that song.
We shall sing of thee. All right. Our flashback.
We'll save that for another time.
And let's see what we've got here.
This is always...
I suck at fantasy football.
Well, that is somebody that's telling us that they're not real good, but it looks like a nice Harvester International there.
I think he lost a bet, so this is what he had to do. He was in a fantasy football, and he lost, and guess what he had to do? He had to walk the parade and say, I just wasn't very good.
Oh, look at the double bow.
Mr. Rao and Mr. Newsham.
Mr. Rao, indeed, as they get out of their truck, signifying, oh, yeah, just a second. Yep, pull in over here. We want to see you in just a minute. But, Mike, that about...
Puts a wrap on it, my friend.
Ooh. Again, love to thank the people from Consumers Energy for being the Emerald sponsors, for McLaren and Real Flavors for being the Pot of Gold sponsors. And really, these three businesses took a ton of heat off of the Parade Association sponsors this year to organize this parade and to make it happen where they didn't have to wait till the last minute to come up with the funding. So these three places really have jumped on board to make it happen.
Well, I just saw Jan Rao and the whole gang's coming. They start down at Livingston, Jeff, and they kind of work their way down here, and they're working their way back to their tent. And they did another fantastic job. And, without the great sponsors and the great support from the community, the first responders, the city police, the state police were here this afternoon, Jeff. It is really a great team effort by everybody involved to pull this thing off on a yearly basis.
And, blessed again today to be with a great group of people. Jared and Natalie braved the weather outside to make it happen. Nick Page trying to keep us in line, partner. It's
Brother,
always a pleasure. Nobody does it better than you.
I love being with you, and people aren't going to see us for a little bit, but we might have something up our sleeve with maybe some spring sports here on Bay County TV. But I always love spending St. Patrick's Day with you and the parade and the Bay County TV gang and the Bay City people in general. We just have a great time. It was fun.
It's the first rite of spring, and couldn't be happier to see the sun-soaked parade today. It was a little crisp, but people know they're from this area. They know how to dress for it, and they came out in big numbers again today.
We're a hardy group. We can handle it. We've seen worse, but hopefully they'll ask us back next year for number 66, and always a pleasure with you, my friend, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
To you as well, brother. That about puts the wrap on the 65th annual St. Patty's Day Parade. Again, I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala, Jared and Natalie Doan up on the cameras, and Nick Page. We've had a great time. We will look forward to some spring sports on Bay County TV and certainly look forward to seeing you next year. Have a great day, all.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.